why the world is collapsing all around you. Welcome to the Our Everyday Lives podcast. I'm your host, Michael. Call me Mr. Archangel. The world seems to be collapsing all around you at this time. This is actually a natural shift of frequencies. When you shift your internal frequency, the outer world begins to collapse. So if you hopped onto this talk today, you have to understand frequency, that this is not a solid world. And everything is going to fall, collapse from your world that isn't in a resonance of that frequency. This happens for people over years. It's called Ascension. And right now it's happening for the collective. That's why I've seen on Facebook, the rapture is trending right now. Hashtag the rapture. So I'm going to be talking about this today because this is about frequency, and this is happening for a collection of people, not just one person that might be going through the ascension process. So as we're in this world, when you're raising your frequency while others are lowering their frequency, there's a bandwidth dissonance. You know, years ago, I said, it was a very powerful video, they can't hear you anymore. People can't hear you anymore. You know, I'm speaking to however many thousands upon thousands of people that listen to this one today. Some people won't be able to hear it. It's dissonance of the frequency, the radio station that's tuned in. If you don't change the station on your radio, and there's a frequency out there, you'll never hear it. You'll never receive it. Your life is that way. Everything in your life is the result of your inner frequency. So as your frequency is shifting right now, and people are witnessing this very vastly across the world, and you're going to see people, situations, systems of the world collapse. It collapses off your timeline. This is a real thing. We're live on the air right now. I'm so grateful if you would click the like button. It allows others to get this very powerful message today. If you're hearing me on YouTube Music in the car, appreciate you coming over to the channel. Maybe later in the day, we have a lot of stuff putting out to the people. Whether we do these live streams, podcasts, or some of the shorter content that I've put up, world famous videos, it's all there waiting for you. People have made an internal decision. These are energies. Some people talk about the Christ or Antichrist energies. These are real things. Are you expanding your consciousness or contracting? Are you raising your frequency or lowering? These are, regardless of the terms that you want to use, people are witnessing their world collapse right now. And you, the person that hears my voice today, you made an internal free will decision that you will rise during this time period. This is a prophesized time period. So many people are about to witness the new earth, is a term that people use. Okay, it doesn't mean a new earth is going to show up in the sky, but your everyday life is a result of your frequency. So the sooner that you get this in your brain and you start to realize this, and I spent a lot of time alone. If you've been through the wilderness season, okay, if you're getting this, did you go through the wilderness season? And when you come out of the wilderness season, you see things, you feel things. that you wouldn't have experienced if you were, loaded up with stress all day long. And some people, okay, maybe you're in the wrong relationship or marriage and it is going to collapse. Maybe you're in the wrong job and it's going to collapse. And there's a frequent, you feel the shift inside of you. What was familiar and comfortable is no longer familiar and comfortable any longer. And this is happening across the world as energies are rising up. Keisha writes, I'm not trying to explain anymore. Beautiful sister. Yeah, you don't have time to explain yourself anymore. Once you know the frequency, you just know. Everything goes faster and faster. The quickening is a topic that I've discussed many times. If you're on this live stream or the replay, is time speeding up for you? Leave a comment. If time is going faster, you better get with it, because it's going to be very difficult for you to keep up with the changes the more that you hold on. So these are all things, I told you that this was coming. It's here. The people that will struggle are the ones that are holding on to the past. If you have already let go of things, if you cleaned your house, I actually woke up early today and I did some house cleaning. If you've done that work, you're going to move through this swimmingly. Cliff, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. Cheers to you, Cliff. I also like to thank Fran for sending the super chat before I got on live. Thank you very much, Fran, for the super chat. Very grateful. So this is all about frequency. Your frequency is shifting, and we might see, any type of structure that might, collapse. I'm reading the chat right now. And don't get upset, because these things that fall off your timeline, they're not for you because you're rising up. This always happens. You're gonna see this clearing out. So more people are experiencing it. We had a very powerful, and if people are still not in tune, that some of these celestial events, like the massive eclipse that we just had, it is going to assist, doesn't do it for you totally, assist the changes that are happening. A catalyst. So now people are waking up today, over the last few days, and this is why the rapture is trending on Facebook. Because it is a dissonant free, it doesn't mean people are floating up into the sky. But over time, you have to observe your life. So pay attention is one of the things that I've been sharing on this channel, doing this work. So if you are stumbling across this for the first time today, and you could say to yourself, you know what, I want to change my life, I want to take ownership of my life, click subscribe. I'm going to guide you every day. I'm going to teach you the things that I did to manifest a brand new reality. Paying attention, it's the currency of the universe. Some people are paying attention to the wrong thing. Some people in the world, they're unable to because they're loaded with toxins, trauma, and negative thoughts. The 3 negative T's in life. And if you are unable to pay attention, so right now you want to pay attention to people that are leaving, people that are rushing in, things that I don't actually feel good maybe doing this activity that you used to do. Maybe your palate is changing. Maybe there are foods that you used to eat. You can't eat them anymore. These are the things you're going to have to pay close attention. You know, there's a term, God take the wheel. I'm here to tell you there's nothing that we can physically do, but what we have to do is tap into the frequency. This is a real thing. And if you're able to do this, and if you're paying attention, and you could notice all of the things, the way that you are responding. Maybe foods you used to eat and now you respond negatively. You can't eat those foods. You can't partake in those things anymore. Maybe God is preparing you for a new relationship. Maybe God is preparing you for a new job. There's a big shift that's happening. It's overwhelming to people. And that's why I'm here live on the air to discuss this today. So many, and you will feel anxiety. Well, why am I feeling anxiety, Uncle Mike? Because anxiety is fear of the future. And now a lot of people, the future, because of all this chaos, is uncertain. It is uncertain. So that's why you feel the anxiety. One of the things that I've studied, and I'm here to share with all of you, it's going to help you understand the Ascension symptoms that you're having. You might be getting this, you're feeling the shakes in the morning. Sometimes you have to, sleep extra, all these ringing in the ears, okay? What we have to understand, and your thoughts are not creating your reality. The calibration of your nervous system is creating the reality. Many people that are high vibe people, godly people, whatever the terms are, you're raising your frequency. So now your nervous system is recalibrating, and then you look out into the world and you say, holy shift. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now. You're saying, holy shift. I shifted onto a different timeline, and things in my life are falling off real fast, and you get a little scared. So I did a full chat on this. When you make the jump, when you're mid-leap, don't get scared and turn around. This always happens. You will level up or ascend multiple times over the course of your journey if you intend on staying alive. Some people, it's always you, what you want out of your life. There is no such thing as retirement. What is retirement, Uncle Mike? It means to be put away. Do you want to be put away? Or do you want to live life? And there's a new paradigm. You're tuned into all new things. That's what I do here on this channel, okay? I teach everything. The way that I my physical wellness and health, the way I eat, the way I train, my daily habits are different. It's a totally new paradigm than I have in the past. And when you're able to do this, you don't age. Age gracefully. It's all new stuff. The operating system needs a reboot. That reboot might take several months. And then once you hit another octave, if you've ever played an instrument, you're playing a scale and then you hit another octave and then everything changes. This is happening right now. This is why your world is changing, because your frequency is so high. All the blessings are coming in. It's actually a blessing, but it's terrifying. It's terrifying to see your old life collapse. What's happening? Did I do something wrong? Nah, you're moving forward. Trust what remains. Whatever fell off your timeline is not supposed to go with you. Even simple things like eating a certain type of food, you have to let go. It was one of the most powerful videos actually I've ever done. It is recently, a couple weeks ago. God says your life is over. Let go now. And if you watch that, I'll share that link if you haven't seen it. Listen to every word. It changes you from a subconscious level. Your reality, and these are the things that I've studied for years, okay? When I was younger, I thought it was a literal physical reality, right? Your subconscious, you're not conscious of it. These are things that you've downloaded, maybe traumas from childhood. I have a lot of friends in all the gyms that I train at, and a lot of people, they have a lot of traumas from their childhood, and I'm here to break through those traumas for you. You're going to have to do it. I'm teaching you how to do it. We all have these things. Maybe you had it later in life. I actually had a beautiful childhood. I'm just sharing from my journey, and then I went through a traumatic season later in life. So all of our lives are different, right? Okay. Please put a like on this video if you just stumbled in. I'm so grateful for that. Allows others to find this very powerful chat today, because people are waking up, and rapidly right now, they're witnessing all these things. And then it's like something that you feel. You go like this if you're watching me on YouTube, right? Go like this, right? The floor is pulled out from underneath you, and now, but you didn't fall. You're floating in a void. You're floating in a void, and there's no physical thing. There's no physical thing to grab onto. It is your frequency. The only thing you could do is go inside and really harness that frequency, and then a new reality. So this whole, concept of, say, the rapture, it's not about people floating into the air, but a timeline split. There are people that are literally already, you just might be like your Uncle Mike, and you're living in paradise right now. You've already done it. And then there's people that are coming along for the journey where we're assisting each other. And then there will be those that get left behind. If you want to go on this journey of ascension, it is always an inside job. You can't do it for anyone. Some people will sit there, they'll cross their arms. It's always you. It's your frequency. It's always going to be your frequency. A lot of people won't have this chat with you, right? I do the work of God, and I just speak what it is, and I know these things through firsthand experience. It's always your internal frequency that is a result of this outer world. I know some people are new, and you say this sounds crazy, maybe. This physical world is a representation of your internal frequency. Now, when you shift your frequency, which a lot of people have done this year, that whole change of reality can't happen. It was too overwhelming. So you're going to start to see things fall off slowly. And it keeps going, and it keeps emptying out. So the term is called the 3D reality. The 3D reality is emptying out to be replaced with tenfold. Do you want tenfold? It's not easy to make this jump. The whole world, you look out in the world, the whole world could be collapsing around you. You have to totally ignore it and keep going. Just keep going. It is the greatest advice I've ever given. I lived it. I live it every day. Every season, this ain't my first rodeo. It's just a new chapter of our everyday lives, if you're getting me now. Just keep going. Never stop, because there is no finish line. This is a new season now. It's a big one. Why is it so big, Uncle Mike? Oh, because there was a big ending that this year brought. It's the 9 year, 2025 is 9. That old stuff must end. You might be living, listen, I know people are still living in 2021. I'm like, dude, that stuff's over. You're still there? It's a deep chat today. Are you holding on to the past? Traumatic things happen. I'm not denying that. But we have to learn how to work through and process the emotions and the energy in the body. You know, when I teach about wellness, you know, and I mentor some of the guys in the gym, and I says, these abs, it's not about fat burners, bro. It's about dropping the emotions. You can't fat burner these things away. If you're getting this message and you've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of people will raise their hand, did you have a little swelling in your midsection over the past few years with the trauma and the anxiety? How's the midsection? And then you're holding on to that stuff. And now it's in your auric field. And now it's that lower timeline. But when you stop, when you empty it all out, you clean yourself out. That's why I talk about my detoxing, fasting, all this stuff is not just so, you know, Jesus fasted, I'm fast. No, there's reasons and meanings for these things. I teach these things, okay? Click subscribe if you're ready to take the journey. Because that old, you know, I'm just using that, I use everyday life terms. You know, you can't, like, you know, if you keep doing that, you're just running yourself dry. You're grinding the gears, but the tires, they're stuck in the sand. You know, in the beaches down here by me, some people are able to drive on the sand, all right? But you have to have the right traction. And some of these Jeeps, they get stuck in the sand, and they don't go anywhere. And they're revving the engine, and they don't even move an inch. All that wasted gas, I'm just giving you an example, right? So now think about your body. It's the same thing. It's important, it's imperative that you understand that everything is a frequency. And you're tuning into a new radio station. So as you change that, you hear that weird stuff when you're changing the station for, again, in our lives, even if it lasts, you know, sometimes I say, listen, I'm just like all of you. I keep it real. That's why more and more people resonate with this. I'm just like you. I complain. But in one's life, okay, I did not have an easy year. There's a lot of heartache and things I don't understand. And so now I go through it and I teach. But in one's life, 6-7 months is a drop in the bucket. Think about that. And a lot of people don't want to do this inner work to change the frequency. There's internal callings. You could deny them all you want. You could deny, you could do whatever you want, but your body's going to tell you, and you might feel sick going to that job still. Eventually you can't deny it anymore. Eventually that relationship that isn't for you, the writing's on the wall. The living circumstance, you know, I listen to people, how they, you know, change their, I went through it too. Some people, it was a very drastic and necessary thing. But you're able to do all of these things through frequency. And as our frequency is shifted, we're actually raising our frequency. That's good. But then everything in our world is collapsing. That feels like it's scary, but it is part of this process. And you can't deny, you can't hold on, you can't live in two worlds. There is a transitional season, a shedding season. You can't live in two worlds. And through your free will, it's a free will choice. Once you start on that journey, eventually your outer world is going to represent it. So when you see the world collapsing around you at this time, people will try to pull you back down. Come down here. Yes, come down here in the fear with me. Yes. You ever see these people? Right? I observe the humans. No, they're going to try to bring it back down into the fear. So you're rising up. So some of these people, they might be your friends. They might be in your community. You might be in a relationship with the person. Everyone's situation's different. Or maybe it's the company you work for. Some things are going down. Some things are rising up. Right? It's a big shift that's happening. I'm always looking for the signs and the synchronicities, and it's maddening. It's maddening to go through the void. It's not easy. I'm going through it, but what I could say to everyone is, this ain't my first rodeo. I've done this before. See, when you hear the term ascension, when you hear the term timeline jump, quantum shift, the rapture, whatever it is that you want the term, it's all the same thing. There's always this level up process where your 3D reality empties out and it gets really quiet, and for you it gets very uncomfortable, and there's nothing for you to hold on to. It's a world famous video on this channel. What can you hold on to? Watch that video. It's so true. What can you really hold on to, huh? Start asking yourself these questions. What can you actually hold on to? Right? It's the deep thoughts, right? Deep thoughts. Yeah, nothing, Darren. So then you're floating in the void, which is actually you. It's just frequency. All the solid attributes of life. The sooner that you realize that this reality is a frequency broadcast, I know some people think this is, and some people get it already. So we're all transitioning. I'm showing up to assist people on this journey. Once you realize that this reality is a frequency broadcast and not a physical solid reality, your life changes. The power of meaning. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for the support. Thank you for that. Power of meaning. I like that. It's really, and this shift is for a meaningful existence. You see how we work together as a community? It's a meaningful existence. You got to look for the meaningful relationship, not the surface level relationship. And you're feeling this very strongly. And you will never feel comfortable once you make this shift with a surface level relationship. You need something that spiritually drives you. Your job, it needs to be meaningful work. I wake up every day eager to do this stuff. I'm beyond motivated, driven, right? It's a world famous video I did years ago. Beyond motivated, driven. That means God is driving you to do it. It's very powerful. Okay? Molly, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for everyone's support. Please put a like if you just stumbled in. I'm grateful for that support. You smash that like. It does help. You are outgrowing the old version of your life. You are outgrowing the old version of your life. Why are so many people experiencing it? Because there are other catalyst things. One of them is the very potent eclipse that we just went through that is going to shatter it for you. And it's going to accelerate it. It's a catalyst. So now you've outgrown the old version of your life. It's time for a new life. Your world collapses around you. You can't be in that world anymore. You're in a new world on a higher frequency. You are sitting there right now. You might be, at home. Maybe you hear me driving in the car, and you're saying something is fundamentally wrong right now. Like this, you can't put it into words, right? But I could express to you what you're feeling as you're going through this shift. You're getting this message, and you could say something is fundamentally wrong. The way that things used to work, it's not working any longer. It's a new paradigm. It is the commands. The commands. You're writing commands for this reality, right? The commands. execute those commands, and the reality is doing it. So, but it's totally different now. Some of the programs, if you will, they came from victim mentality, and that's also okay. I went through this as well. All of our lives, God puts us in seasons. God allows things to happen. You might have been through a chaos season, as I see Chaos 101 in the chat. Divine timing. You might have gone through a chaos season. God allowed it to happen because you need to grow from it. You have to learn from it. And now it's quiet, it's peaceful. So those trauma responses, the way, you don't have to live that way anymore. Those were the tests. Everyone packed up and left. It's all gone. You don't have to operate that way. It's a new operating system. You ever reboot your system? You reboot operating system. This is what has happened. Again, for Captain Literal Man, it doesn't mean that we're literally living in a computer. Maybe we are, but it's just frequency. How they built the computer is a replication of how life actually works. So there's a big reset that's happening. There's a reboot to the system, the world. God's algorithm, as I shared it. It's about God's algorithm. Chantel Pichette, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I love you, Chantel. Very grateful for the support. God has an algorithm. And that's why people are struggling. And they're struggling because they're going with the man-made algorithm and not the God algorithm, not nature's algorithm. There were paths in the past that would just naturally happen. Now everything is, on an app, right? One of the big ones is love. Naturally through frequency, there was a divine meeting that you were supposed to have with someone destined for you. That's been thrown away now. Now everyone's on the app swiping. Okay? It's you're following along. So the more that people are disconnecting from the matrix and they're reconnecting back into nature, those people are coming together, rising. And some people, so that now there is a dissonance. You're getting this message, and you can't do that surface level fake stuff no more. Is that true? Are you still going to the club and drinking Al Ghul, and then you wake up hungover at 12 while your high commander was pumping out all the work? I'm up early, I'm working, I'm training, I'm serving the people, and some people are waking up at 12 hungover. Okay? If you're being inspired, click the like button and click subscribe and show up every day. Maria Kalushi, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful. Thank you for this message. It was much needed this morning. I'm very grateful, Maria. I know what the people need. That's why I listen very carefully to God. I pay attention. I feel the energy. And everyone's able to do this, but there's inner work that needs to happen first. A lot of people see the results, but they don't know the work that this. I saw this meme on Facebook. It's about the fake spiritual people that are out there. Do you know the fake spirit? How you doing? And it's like there's real actual shadow work I have to do. It's like one of those funny memes. I love the memes. Hit me up on Facebook. Our Facebook is exploding right now. I would have never believed it, but here we are. Okay? Thank you for the support on Facebook. All right? No, there's real actual work that needs to be done. God is not a genie in a bottle. Just because you held a crystal, pulled a card, or whatever it is that you did, and they're cool tools, bro, it's not going to do it for you. And some people don't like that. They're just lazy. It's just the truth. There's real actual work that needs to be done. Inner work. Do the inner work. Or don't. It's never going to change. Never changes. It's always you. It's always you. Things do happen to us, but in order, there's going to come an inner decision. Am I going to repeat this for the rest of my life? It doesn't matter the age, where you came from. Anyone that's getting this message is for the whole world. It doesn't change for anyone. If you are looping the same thing, it's you. It's coming from the frequency. Not saying that I'm not saying that everyone's valid. I went through things that I was done wrong, quote unquote. But then there's work that needs to be done to change the frequency. Self-sabotage is a real thing. Some people are addicted to drama, and they're going down real fast right now. There's people that are tuned in. They see things, and they go for the low-hanging fruit. And like a gravity tractor, they're going onto that lower timeline. In this world right now, and people could say it's polarizing, and that's that left-right attribute, but what about the up and down? Some people are skyrocketing their frequency right now, while others are going down. You ever go down a toilet bowl, right? And going into that, getting sucked into that black hole. That's that frequency that's going down. So there's people that are moving in two totally opposite directions, and then they can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? It's a real thing that's happening. It's a frequency, and the further and further away, people are going in opposite directions, okay? So what I teach with laser pinpoint accuracy. I like to call it general directions. We're not all ascending at the same rate or raising our frequency, but we're going in the same general direction. You're into self-development. You're taking ownership. You don't have to be perfect. And then there's people that live a parasitical lifestyle. They're going a different way. We are who we are, and it's always the internal frequency. There's also another phrase I've always used. It's always the content of character. Yeah. And that's why we're seeing it clearer right now. We're seeing a lot of clear things. You want to be focused on your North Star. Look at that target and move forward. And just go with the energy themes. And then your work is in alignment. It's about alignment at this time. This is a realignment time period. Realignment time period. That's why your world is collapsing. A lot of people just came on, right? Is your world collapsing before you right now? It's your frequency. And I'm here to teach why you're experiencing it. And we're experiencing it as the collective. Many people, it's not just one person going on a spiritual journey. So many people in the world, it's a massive shift that's happening. So that's why people are saying, what? And so many people are writing about it right now. The world is collapsing around you, but it's the fake that's falling off the timeline. And then the real remains. It's a natural process. It has always happened. It's just that we are now conscious and aware of it. Awareness is the precursor to change. If you're new, I love to use that phrase. Awareness. I'm aware of it. Now I can implement changes. I can live differently. I never lived this way before. Now I know. Hey, now I see. I didn't see it before. Oh, wow. Paul Schmidt, very grateful for that super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. Very grateful. It's a big change that's happening. Absolutely, Joe. It is lonely at the top, but it puts us in resonance. You have to climb that. I put that up on Facebook today. Look at that turtle climb that hill. It's lonely at the top. But at least you have your soul. At least when your head hits the pillow at night, you sleep well. And sometimes there's things like regret is worse than failure. Some people can't sleep at night because they ran away from love and they're still fighting with themselves. They ran away from the job opportunity. They had this beautiful opportunity. Oh, but I can't leave this. This feeds my soul, right? The job, the relationship, right? There's the guy, there's the man of your dreams, right? But you're self-sabotaging it. I know these things because they're all subconscious programs. It repeats 95% of the time. I teach about everyday life, right? It's always the same. It's the loop. So it's you. Like some people use this term chosen one, right? You are able to crack a program that has been running for years. I'm not saying it's easy, but this universe is free will. Are you going to run towards love or away from love moving forward? I don't know the answer. You do. I've watched it. I've watched it over the years. It's always the same. All these things are the same. And there's so many people, because when God puts that seed of light, that Christ light inside of you, you say, you know what? I'm not. And this was a journey of self-respect. I'm worthy is something I share. Are you worthy? You say, no, I'm not tolerating this. I've drawn my boundary. I'm not having surface level relationships. I'm not having surface level jobs. I need things that inspire me. Inspire, right? And that's why, you know, there's only so much you can do a job, or, do an activity, and then it doesn't inspire you anymore. Or a relationship. Relationships that way. I look at all my friends, the ones that are in union, real spiritual, right? If you're gonna get into a relationship or whatever, it's got to be from a higher source. It's got to be something there that drives you, that inspires you. Surface level looks is nothing, right? And some people that they want to do that. That's cool. Go for the arm candy, bro. It can't be surface level. It's got to be deep. That's where we're going. Deep roots. That's why those relationships last. That's why people are successful in their job, because there's deep roots from the soul that is rooted and grounded into the work. It's not work, it's a vocation. I never found that kitten, Billy. If you've never seen my episode on my story, Saving the Kitten, you should check it out. It's true love. These are the things, these are the signs. It's about true love. Love, it's not just a relationship, it's the love for your work, what you're doing, how you live your life. I love the beach, love it. I'm there every day, weather permitting, right? What are the loves, the passions that you have? Are you actually living your everyday life, or are you just following programs, following the, the mass? So these are the things that you have to stay aware of, because if you're waking up today and the world is collapsing, there's a reason for this right now, okay? Sergio, the love doctor, writes divine love. I'm so grateful, everyone, right now. Write divine love, hit the hearts, put a like on this video. Divine love is always the answer. It's always. And then you become a frequency match. I am worthy is the answer. You have to have that program, that frequency. There's people, they're so low that they wish for the end of the world. Do you know this? I'm speaking the truth right now. There are people, because they feel hopeless, they feel miserable, so they almost like they want to rejoice that the world is ending because they're very low frequency. So what we need to do is always, we're going to raise that frequency, and then you're not thinking about that. You love your life. I am worthy is the answer to that. Worthy of love, worthy of wealth. If you are looping the same reality, I would go as far to say, if your life is totally collapsing right now, that's a great thing. That's a great thing, because that's the sign that you've not just changed a little bit. It's not about addition, it's about exponential change. And in order for exponential change, there must be this very vast shift or emptying out of the world, of your reality. And then, it's a big change. Big changes are coming. Big changes are here. Okay? So, if you are feeling a little nervous that the world is collapsing all around you, this is the reason why. It is a frequency shift. It's not a solid reality, quote unquote. But all those things, that your frequency just went up. A lot of people went through this. So now everything has to reflect that. The way of the past can't happen. I've been doing this work, showing the people. If you haven't seen my videos on putting an end to the previous version of yourself, put an end to it. Take it out back. Watch those videos, okay? Click subscribe and head over to the first playlist, and those videos are there. I will be sharing videos at the pinned comment. They will pop up on the screen at the end of this, the ones that I discussed. You have to put an end to your old self. When you adopt this, none of this is real. It's a powerful video. Did you watch it yet? It's entitled, None of This is Real. Because it's not. It is a representation of your internal frequency. So you can change. And so now you say, wow, I can be the commander of my reality. None of this is real. It's your frequency. I appreciate each and every one of you. We have Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. Put up a brand new short. Check out the shorts I've been putting up. A lot of people are enjoying them. So hit the like on them. I'll keep them coming if you stay motivated. You have to know, you have to hold that frequency. Check out that short as well. They're all there waiting for you. Grateful for all of you. Leave a comment down below. Are you experiencing this realignment? Are you witnessing this shift that's happening? And grateful for all the regular stuff that you do. If you could click the like button before I get off, I appreciate that. Or whenever you get this, and leave a comment, hit the share button, you know, and we all kind of share together on Facebook. There's more posts throughout the day on Facebook, and it is a, oh yeah, it's a big shift. Fit Brit knows the answer. It's a big shift that's happening. So think differently. The old paradigm, it's got to go. And now we're going to the new. It's very scary to go through this, but if your world is collapsing all around you, congratulations. You shifted your frequency, and now you're on the new timeline. You did it, kid. You did it. All right. I love you guys very much. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.